Gentlemen, start your engines.
Macy here has not really seen action over the last 1 month because there was this massive modus operandi, right? Whereby the police and the road transport were catching all those bikes and cars with modified exhaust and things along those lines. And while Macy's exhaust was tastefully done in a sense that, you know, unless I put pedal to metal, otherwise she should not have much of a problem, you know, going through the roadblock. And in fact, yeah, during that time, during the modus operandi, I actually went through one here, Bangsa Central, around 3 roadblocks. And you know, when I was there, you know, I was very light on the pedal, and I managed to get across, no issue. I mean, previously during the roadblocks, police used to tell me, you know, kasih tarik sikit, you know, which means basically they want to hear pedal to metal when you go off. And if they ask you, then, you know, you could do that, and it's no issue. But these days, because they are looking for exhaust per se, you know, it's best to just keep it simple, you know, keep it simple. But the good thing is that, you know, it's not very, mine is not those type of noisy humming type one, so it is tastefully done, so it's alright. I have had no issues, but just to keep, you know, keep out any problems, like, you know. So I've not taken her really out, you know, on my weekend rides and things along those lines. Or plus, of course, the rain. It has been raining a lot, so it's kind of crazy. Aircon is quite cold actually. So this morning I get to take her out. She's not seen action for about a month now. So as usual, first start, and that's beautiful. That's beautiful. And yeah, she definitely could do with a wash, because this morning I look at her, quite a fair bit of dust already, right? Plus, of course, the last round when I took her out, I think it was raining very heavily, so that was one thing there that contributed to, you know, the dust. So over the weekend, you know, I'll probably be able to give her a good wash. Woo. So yeah, it's always very different. Driving inside Macy is very, very involving. And of late, you see a lot of sports cars being put out in the secondary market. Yeah, I think it's a sign of the times. Times are not doing too well. So there's a lot of sports cars being put out in the market. So people are flipping a lot also, especially for people who, you know, wanted a change of scene and whatnot. So yeah, I saw this there was a MR2, a very old Toyota MR2 in my neighbor's. Oh, beautiful bricks. Beautiful bricks. That's right. If you want to modify your car, the brakes are something that you really should put in more attention. Once we enlarge the disc and everything, having more surface and whatnot, the stopping power increases. Because with all those extra ponies being extracted, right? The better airflow, with the modifications that we have done over there. Oh, nice, punchy engine. You can really feel the strength over there. The force is strong with this one. There's not many cars, I think, with this type of modern classic designs, right? That look as good as this, drives as smooth as this, and with all that driver engagement, right? So it's really different. It's a very different thing altogether. We got to be a bit careful with all this construction. The Malaysian standards for this infrastructure construction is really quite worrisome. The other day there was another car, but of course not on this project. It was at the SUKE project that was crushed by falling debris. So yeah, Malaysia passing through all this type of overhead construction, right? It's really quite worrisome. The current cornies, they are a bit on the firm side to take on the corners, right? And yeah, they have been performing marvelously. But potholes along those lines near all those constructions and uneven roads, you can definitely feel it. That it has that pull, that when you push it. And I like the blow off also. The blow off is beautiful. So all these type of things. Oh, stock is nice, what do they call it? They say that standard itu indah, They say standard itu indah, meaning that stock is beautiful, but many a time you can improve upon you can improve upon this the stocks. So just like when you free up when you let the intake have more inflow, right, by putting an open port like what we have right now, changing all the hoses, having that nice forge blow off over there. And then all the engine management systems in here is all hidden around here. So yeah, it's very nice, and all the gauges, and when I'm driving, I tend to like to get a lot of feedback, not just from the driving itself, but I want to make sure that things are all performing. So my eyes are constantly darting at the pressure, how is the temperature. Over here you will have the exhaust temperature, even turbo spool, everything. I just like to get a general feel of how everything is. It's just a habit that I picked up since I started driving. Oh, nice. I'm on 6, and yet you still have so much power. It's so unfortunate, that Coupe's reputation took a beating, or rather anything Fiat, meaning Alfa Romeos or Fiats, right, took a beating because the distributors, the authorized distributors during that time, they hadn't put in the work hard for Torino to make money because Torino will quote all types of crazy prices, and then the technicians will tell you that they can work on your car during their free hours. So they give you the Torino man hours and they give you the personal man hours, okay? And the personal man hours is something like 30 to 50% of what Torino would charge. Same guys doing the same work. So I buy it and then I meet it with specialist workshops, right? Yeah, I pay for it. I can always get the parts and everything. Oh, it feels good, man, driving this car. It feels very good. I think the Fiat Coupe is kind of like at the end of the day, the Fiat Coupe, right, is kind of like good brakes. It's kind of like a time machine. I think I said that before last time. It's like a time machine. When you get into the car, you get a bit more youthful. Feedback is really good, man. You feel everything. You feel so nice. It's like those old days when I was driving the Elise, yeah. So, but this is, of course, much more cocoon in a sense compared to the Elise. The Elise was very raw. So yeah, that's it, folks. Almost 40 kilometers. Manual shifter. Then you can live, in Kuala Lumpur, Selangor, right? With a manual shifter. Don't just, use your auto all the time. Have a change of scene sometimes. It's so nice, to feel it, to have that engagement. And the speedo is coming along nicely now. It's now at 121,000. So yeah, you pamper her, she gives you back the drive-o-meter, right? So it's very good. It's very